the Morrison Area Development Corporation, going to help to support some local businesses, I understand.
Yeah, so we have some new programs that we're sort of announcing today to sort of support our business community. Try to entice people to want to get involved. We've just completed our Main Street renovation. So now it's those properties along there and in the Morrison area, our businesses, how can we help them? Do they need facade improvements? Do they need beautification efforts? They want to put some things out or change some things. So we have three new programs. One is an opportunity grant fund, which is open to any Morrison business in the 61270 zip code. And some of the eligible expenses in this program are like a build out for city services. If you're coming in and doing a new building, website development, grants for new business expenses. Several years ago, we created the Arts, Entertainment, and Cultural District to help support the loft. So if you are a business wanting to go within that corridor, there's some incentives to help you there. We also have a few things in terms of some residential things. So if you are looking at purchasing a home, be sure to ask your realtor about those. It's sort of like a voucher toward water sewer, a one-time voucher. We have some expenses such as you want to start a new business and join the chamber. Maybe you've never joined the chamber and that just is something that you'd like to do now. So we can help pay your first year chamber dues. So we really tried to get creative in doing this. We've also got a low interest loan program. So we've had that before, and it was with the city. It's gone through some iterations and now it lies with us. So we've been able to make some really good improvements to that program. And it's sort of the secondary financing. So if somebody comes in and they need, they go to their bank and the bank says, I just need you to have a little bit more and we can get this deal done. Give me a call. We can help you get that done. So those are some exciting new things that we have that we're offering. This has been kind of a year and a half in coming. We planned it and we're just getting ready to announce it about a year ago, and we sort of hit another wave of the pandemic. So we decided to just hold off with Main Street a little bit. And so now we're excited to have these new incentives out there.
So now if people are interested, how can they best go about getting involved with these programs?
So always text or give me a call, 815-600-6267, or you can go on our website, morrisonareadevelopment.com. You will find a fact sheet. You will find some information about every one of these three programs, as well as the application and all of the requirements that are necessary.
I can see where the programs are going to be beneficial to those who are already in the downtown area, but are they going to help attract people to the downtown area as well, Kim?
That's our hope. We designed these to have a lot of flexibility. So there's one that's the opportunity fund that gives us a little bit of flexibility to do kind of whatever we want. If there is somebody that's coming in, and some of them have sort of that job creation element, but that's not the only thing we're looking at, whereas a lot of traditional economic development programs are tied to job development. The other thing is we don't have a TIF district, but we have the enterprise zone that the county offers. So if you're a business coming in and you're even renovating, there may be an ability to access some of these funds, some of those funds. And then our building beautification and facade program was designed specifically if you are in the Main Street district to piggyback with the city's building improvement program. So you might be able to apply to both programs and help your money go a little bit further to get that project done. So we tried to be really smart about what we were doing.
Now, are you trying to maybe put together an opportunity for business owners to come as a group and you get to visit with them instead of maybe one-on-one?
Sure. I mean, I think that's all something that we're looking at right now. We're just literally kicking this off today. You're the first person I've talked to about it. So, I think that's just exciting because a lot of times people come into the community and say, what do you have? Well, this is the first time we really have something other than that gap financing. And how do we make it work for you? And that's the beauty. There is a little bit of ambiguity in here so that we do have some leeway to have a little fun and get creative, which, as you know, is where I like to play.
There you go.
So I think it'll be good for the town.
How exciting, and we appreciate you letting us know about that first. Now, your downtown, in my mind, has always been very interesting because you got the downtown, the Main Street, and then just a block to the east is Highway 30.
Absolutely. Well, and actually, it's funny you should say that. On the way over here, I was doing some multitasking and made a phone call. We're trying to figure out how on a major state highway you get signage to your business district, which is, again, a block off that main thoroughfare. And so we have a couple directional signs. We're going to move one of them. IDOT's going to move one of them for us, so it's a little more noticeable as to where to turn to get to Main Street. But having some of those discussions too, now that Main Street is done and we've got fiber capabilities to every building, if you're looking to go into that downtown corridor, how do we drive traffic there? So those are some interesting conversations, when you talk to the Illinois Department of Transportation, and they're like, well, there's not a lot we can do. There's free advertising and there's paid. So now it's that discussion of, how far down that path do we want to go, and can we make it happen? So
again, visiting with Morrison and Kim now at the Department of Fun. We've got an event coming
Your
up.
favorite.
Coming up April 9th.
Absolutely. So, we've been doing block parties, right, to celebrate the blocks of Reconstruction. We have one block left, but we also got new light poles along the Main Street corridor. So they are going to have a Let's Glow Crazy parade on April 9th. And so it's a Saturday night at 7:30. I think last year, maybe 2 years ago, Morrison changed it where you can have UTVs, ATVs on the streets if they're registered. So it's sort of an all-terrain vehicle parade. Bring your things. We want it to be, use your generators to run your lights. Use glow sticks, whatever you want. And they're going to do a parade down Main Street. And here's the official word. If you're not registered, you have to trailer your vehicle there. But get your vehicle downtown. We'll have that parade. That's the family fun night. There are going to be some prizes for that. And then immediately following the parade, the Department of Fun wants to keep it going. So following Let's Glow Crazy, they're going to have Let's Get Lit. And it is a special bar crawl downtown. And we have free light up cups that are sponsored by Morrison Vision Source. So you go down, you get your cup, you get some stickers. And you can register for prizes there as well. And then, so we're hoping for good weather on April 9th, something different we've never done before. And that'll be the formal, yay, the lights are back on Main Street, because we celebrated the Christmas parade without lights. And so the next event, the final block, will be celebrated in a block party on May 30th, which is Memorial Day. The American Legion has done some renovations. It is in this block. So after the city's Memorial Day services up at the cemetery, we will all come downtown for our final block party to celebrate the reconstruction of Main Street, and then also sort of our unofficial kickoff to summer.
How creative. Get lit. I like that. That is great. How have the previous block parties gone?
They've gone really, really well. Each block is tailored a little bit different. I think we had I can't remember if it was dueling pianos or outdoor pianos. So we had concerts at the one, and it's just been a really great time. I mean, obviously the pandemic had people clamoring to get out again. And so it was a good kickoff. For us, we have talked for a long time about how do we do events downtown? Can we close off streets? Can we, and so it's almost been a little bit of a dry run for us for some of these bigger things that the Department of Fun or the Chamber, the Development Corporation can help support and do. So just really fun. And again, kudos to our Department of Fun that's bringing a little life to town.
I guess so. So April 9th, May 30th, and of course, we're going to have you back in toward the end of April, talk more about that final block party. But of course, it's Main Street that we're primarily talking about today, but you are, of course, part of the Development Corporation and trying to develop the whole of Morrison. How's that going?
It's good. So I think, right now we're talking about a lot of the communities across the country got ARPA funds, American Rescue Plan funds as related to COVID. And so it's how can we talk to the communities and leverage some of those funds? Is there a greater need? We've filled our business park, which is fantastic. But, it brings up conversations as to where do we go next? Do we buy land? Can we afford to buy land? Does somebody want to donate land to help us, have a second business park in town to attract that? Some communities look at, warehouse stock. So we're looking at vacant buildings along Main Street, along our other corridors, along the sort of the outskirts of town. And how do we utilize those? We've got some properties that would be really great for a couple of different business models. And so it's just trying to figure out how to get those business owners to understand what funds are out there, or even we briefly talked yesterday at a board meeting about an open house concept we'd like to try to do maybe yet this year with some of our vacant properties. And I think that'll be a really good time to showcase really what's available in town, not only commercial, but even residential maybe. If somebody's looking to bring a small corporation, we're not going to attract a 500-person corporation. I'll take 15 people though that want to live there. And so it's how do we get creative and build that financing and build that package, and historic tax credits. I mean, we've seen it here downtown with the Growth Corporation that redid the properties in here in downtown Clinton. It's having conversations with those types of entities that understand how to use these state and federal tax credits to make these properties flip. And that's where it gets a little fun as well, to try to figure out, okay, these are the needs our community has. How do we get those people here?
You are so knowledgeable. You do such a good job of communicating on what is taking place in Morrison. Advantage of Morrison, I mean, you're the county seat, you're close to the river and close to a larger metropolitan area. What are some of the big advantages of Morrison?
So for us, I think one of my board members said it really well. We've been doing some surveys internally to just see where we want to land on some projects. And it's really understanding and appreciating our past, because we have that National Historic Registry throughout town. But really preparing ourselves for the future. And so I think if you're looking for remote working, if you're looking for co-workspace, we've got Morrison Tech. So how do we harness our alumni from Morrison Tech and bring them back? So I think the shell is there. And for us, we're also looking at the recreational opportunities that are available through Rockwood Park and through some of the other things that we're doing. And so with the Bark Park and those community amenities. So it's the community that understands where it's been, but isn't happy with it, or we want to see where we can keep going. And it's that push.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And so I think that's the exciting part. We've got some of the younger core now that are starting to get engaged and want to see how their work that they're doing for some of our nonprofits can lead to greater things. And so I think for us, I will say, I think there's a core group of us that have a vision for where we want to be and want to see it still remaining a viable town for our kids. And so we're going to be open and we're going to be creative, and we want you here.
All right. Hey, thank you so much for coming in.
You're listening to AM 1340 KROS, Clinton, Iowa.
FM 105.9.
And